MICAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go. Just another day on the couch, talking about all the problems of today. Welcome back to another episode of Just Therapy. It is another beautiful Monday evening, y'all. Yes. I'm outside again because it is beautiful out here, nice and cool, calm, and collective. We got another great episode on deck for you. You already know what it is. I'm your host, comedian Sean Boyd, and as always, by my side, my co-host with the mostest, Miss BBC in the building. What up, sis?
Greetings. Hello, coaches. How you doing today, bro?
Being blessed, loving life. Another day. We here to help you on the end of the Monday work day. Hopefully your work day wasn't too bad, but we are ready to end your evening with some laughs and some therapy on the couch. So
let's go.
We here. It was hot as hell last week. It was hot beginning of this week too. But it is nice today. It's gonna be like high 70s the rest of the week. So I'm cool with that. But I ain't complaining. Cool. It ain't snowing. So
it was so hot. I love the snow, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But it was it
was all right. It was all right. I put the air conditioning back in the living room, so it was cool. I had the fan going. It was all right. It was cool. All right. Make sure you check out last week's episode. Phenomenal episode. As always, we always have good episodes. Don't forget, couchers. If you want to have your comment on the screen, please go to Just Therapy the Podcast on the Facebook page, or go to the YouTube page, Just Therapy the Podcast. If you are on my page, my phone is up and running. So if you comment, I can read it. But if you want it on screen, please go to Just Therapy the Podcast on the Facebook page or YouTube, and I will be able to throw it on the screen and read all that good stuff. You know, this is the best interactive podcast alive because you talk, we listen, and we talk, and we put what you say on there. But without further ado, we got another guest. Well, not another guest, but we got a guest tonight. I know we've been riding solo for the last couple of weeks, but we got a guest. I am excited. This is a good friend of mine. I brought her to feature for me a couple of times. Good friend of mine. Make some noise for tSunami with a small T in the building. What up?
How's it going?
Can you hear us?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Yep.
Okay, what's up?
Nothing much. We here. It's another beautiful day. I'm sitting outside, little mama bugging the shit out of me as always, because she is the real host of this damn show. So you know how that go.
Absolutely. As long as you know.
Like I'm gonna feed you again or something.
You said what?
You said food. I'm like, oh, he hungry.
Oh. Hey, let's get into it though. tSunami. So I know you go by tSunami with a small T. Let's talk about that first. Where did you even come up with that line as far as tSunami with a small T? Why is it tSunami with a small T?
It's a lowercase T and a capital S because the first time I ever did comedy, I wrote the S. I got a GED, right? So I didn't know thought he was spelled with a T. So I wrote tsunami. SUNAMI. I sounded out. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you got a T. I'm like, so I just wrote a little T and a big S. So it kind of became my like opening line.
Tsunami with a small T. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Wait. That's so funny because it's like you always, how we always try to fit like words in, like, you be writing something too fast and then you just throw that little thing in. And now I literally just vision that, like, but I think it's dope that you say that. It's like, boom, like, because it leaves people curious,
Kelly Rogers in the building. What's going on, Kelly? Thanks for tuning in. She said, all right, so let's talk about it. So you are a comedian, actress, and poet. So how did you actually get into stand-up?
So I was in a relationship, and he was kind of like a little bit of a narcissist. Like, he didn't like when I would make everybody laugh. So we were together for like 5 years, and every time I would be in a room and I had everybody just laugh and just telling stories, talking shit, whatever, he'd walk up to me like, "It's like you're not funny. Stop it. Like, you're not funny. You always got to be the center of attention." Da, 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 da. So after a couple of years, I actually stopped telling jokes and shut down, got a depressive mode. Yeah. So when we broke up, I made a whole bucket list of a whole bunch of shit I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? That people told me I couldn't, that I restricted my cell phone, etc., etc. And one was comedy. I was just going to do it as like a one-time thing to say I did it because I know I'm funny. So I'm like, all right, let me just go ahead and do this. So I did it and fell in love.
Nice. So not to get all into your personal life, 5 years, why keep rocking with that when you know it was toxic?
Honestly, it's not like he was a bad man. We grew apart,
Mm-hmm.
We honestly grew apart. We had different, we had things that we weren't healed from in our beginning, when we first got together. And we didn't develop together. We didn't grow together. We didn't fix that bond together. So we broke apart, and it just wasn't healthy.
Okay. All right. Now with the poetry, what made you start poetry? How long ago did you start poetry?
Oh no, it's just always been in my soul. I've been writing poems since as long as I can remember, honestly. It's just always been, that was my first source of therapy. Like, when you get mad at your parents and shit, kids will go down and cry in their bedroom. And I'm like, I'm not a crier, so I would just write poetry. Some of it's crazy dark, but that's just my therapy.
All right. And then the acting. How did you even get involved in acting? What made you do that?
Someone hit me up and asked me to be in a movie. Another comedian from Cleveland hit me up and they said they needed somebody to play this role, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I've been into a movie.
Nice. So I know you said you started out doing comedy because you had, this list of things you wanted to do, almost like a bucket list. So when you actually got on stage and so the first time was that the time you actually fell in love with it?
Yeah, I bombed so bad, but it was just like, excuse me. So I've always like thought of like if I thought of like a little like punchline or a tag or something, I'd write it down. So I had like all these like little scraps of paper from around the house that I just put together, and they ended up being jokes that I still use to this day, And I've like fortified them and made them, longer, better jokes, etc., etc. But just funny things in life that happen. So I would and then that's how I did my first 5-minute set. But it was just like being able to talk about it, and make people laugh makes me happy. No matter what mood I'm in, it always makes me happy to make other people happy.
Okay.
Blessings.
BBC, you got some questions for her?
Yes. So, okay, you said poetry. You said poetry was your outlet of just like releasing your, and I know what that's like because I started writing poetry very young. And you said some of it's dark, but do you have some that enlightens you, and do you use it in your shows?
No, I don't. I do go to this place on Coventry called B-Side. It's
I
right at
love
the
B-side.
blog spot. And they have an amazing night on Tuesdays. After a comedy show, Aunt Mara hosted. They have a like R&B rhythm and poetry and everything like that. Ant in Akron, he has one too. Um, called the VE. But when I don't really do it in my stand up,
Mm-hmm.
but I like to perform after sometimes. I'll hop up on the mic and give a little one or two here and there,
Okay.
but if I'm in the mood.
Now, most poets also do music. Have you
Yeah.
ever
Yeah.
tapped into that? Okay. Okay.
I can,
Also, well, with the movie that the guy, would you rather do comedy or like being in a movie? Did it like give you like, because I've been in a lot of movies and plays. Um, and I'm a reggae artist. I don't know if you know that, but to me, it's like being in movies and doing music. It's both like very passionate. Would you like to? Do you see yourself being able to do one more than another?
um my goal, I can't say that for sure because I've never been on like no Hollywood set or anything like that. I've never done a play. Um so I can't really say for sure, until you try it. Don't knock it till you try it. But I love comedy. Like that's what I love.
That's your
That's
sister.
yeah, like I love podcasts too. I love being on air. I really
Yeah.
genuinely love it. Yeah.
What was the name of the movie that you were in?
Um, Creed. Oh crap! Don't get me lying. I can't think of the
Okay.
name.
Okay.
Plays are a different beast, but they are so fun because you get to immerse yourself in your character. It is definitely like being on stage, but you got other people to flow off of. It's way different than comedy, but it's still that that aura, that essence, you know what I'm saying? Of just being on stage with other people and y'all feeding each other lines and you immerse yourself in that character that you are, where you are not yourself, you're that character. So doing plays and movies are definitely dope. Definitely dope.
Plays are harder to me.
Plays are definitely harder than movies, yes.
Yeah, they're definitely harder. When I was in a play, I did, Philly Whedon.
Mm-hmm.
I was in one of his plays called God Gift to Women. And when you're on stage, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's all, what is it called? Like there's like no room for like mess ups or whatever like that. And then,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? You kind of just have to feed off of that. And if you're a person that can't do it, it's no do over.
Right.
So,
No, it's
yeah.
definitely a do-over because it's live. You're doing
Yeah.
a stage play. It's like you gotta know your lines and
Yeah.
you gotta know the lines that are before yours so you can feed off of that. So where you know where to come in, what you gotta do, where you gotta stand, where you gotta, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot. It's a lot.
But that's the same with,
Absolutely.
being a comic. I mean, being a comedian and a performer.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's
So
hard. People don't realize.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I know you said you bombed your first time. So what made you actually keep going with comedy though?
That's a good question.
So the reason why I bombed wasn't because my jokes didn't hit. It was because I went to the funny stop. And at the funny stop, they got a rule that you can't cuss. And I cuss like there's a thing in my mind, like I'm a little bit of a rule breaker. Like I like to do my own thing. And even though I was trying to not cuss, I said 87 fucks, 43 shit, two bitches. Like
in 5 minutes?
I'm joking, but yeah, it was a lot more than what it should have been because it was supposed to be 0. So I got off and Pete gave me hell, and you know what I'm saying? It was whatever. But I'm like, whatever.
Did
And
people
then,
laugh though?
Yeah.
All right.
And they would just scrap a piece of paper. Like just the night before I decided I was gonna do it. So I didn't really like prepare or anything. I just put some shit together.
Nice.
But they were all like stories of my life. So it was kind of easy. Just telling
Pete was a different breed. He used to always say that to the young comics coming in. He would definitely get on you. You don't cuss on my stage, not on my stage. You leave that for bars. And bars kill comedy. Like that Pete was something else, man. God rest his soul, man. That was my guy. But like it was funny because I would go in there and then the young comics be like, "Oh, we can't cuss," and I go up there like, "Yeah, you can't cuss, but fuck I won't because I've been knowing Pete for too long, so he already know I'm a fucking cuss." And he'll be like, "Fuck you, Sean Boyd," and I'll be like, "Fuck you too, Pete." Like, that was like one of our that was like I love you in Pete language. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Pete was definitely a different breed. That was my guy though. Definitely.
Nice.
So what was like so you bombed, but then you fell in love with it, but you said you didn't bomb. So that's the difference.
I felt like I bombed.
Okay, so you felt like you bombed, but then you stayed at it. So what made you really stay at it and keep on it though? Like what made you want to get better and keep hitting those stages?
A promoter came up to me after the show and he said, "You know what? You really got something. Come back next week." And he was like, "What you say?" And I was like, "Tsunami, Tone."
Oh, Tone. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. See, that's always an amazing feeling when you already feel like you bombed or whatever, or you feel like, oh, I messed up because you didn't bomb. You know what I'm saying? You just made your own rules. And then someone come up to you and say, "Hey, boom, stick with it," or whatever. And it's like in a promoter at that gives you like life. Like, how did you feel after he said that? Like, were you like, and he was like, "For real?" Like, how was
I felt like I wasn't supposed to cuss. You know that, right? He was like, "Man, just come back."
That's nice.
Your vocabulary, broaden your vocabulary. Don't be nervous. It's such a gave me a lot of, good info.
Yeah. And did you go back?
Yeah, went back next few weeks.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Nice. So what was the biggest crowd you ever performed in front of? Do you remember like how many seats or?
I would say it was over 350.
Okay.
I'm not sure the exact number, to be honest. You know what? I don't know. The whole club was packed. Like it wasn't even a standing room. So nice. I don't even know how many people was there. It was packed. It was crazy. It was a club too. So it was insane, but it was an amazing show. It really was.
Nice. So what are you looking for out of comedy? Are you trying to hit the road more? Are you trying to hit more actual comedy clubs or do one-nighters or actually, hit travel some states? What's the goal?
So I have traveled. I love to travel. That's where I want comedy to take me, and that's my goal, my ultimate goal. Just to be able to travel no matter what I do, but comedy is my favorite thing. So my daughter, she'll be grown in 2 years. So I can do whatever I want then, but I have been able to travel at times, and it's amazing just to get and meet new people. And you think like you go to another state or you go to another city where you know zero people, and then they like I was signed to bitch titties, and I was like, like they treat me like I was a real celebrity. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like, and I'm like, what? Like I'm signing autographs and stuff. I'm like, this is crazy, but they don't know me from nobody. They don't know who I am. But they support like a lot of, I haven't like, it's crazy because Ohio is one of the hardest places to perform for me.
Oh my God.
Cleveland. And even though it's not like always like that, but I can't always say it depends on the room, but sometimes it's just the vibe,
It's true.
Sometimes it's just the vibe. And you can do the same joke that killed in the room before, the same joke in the next room, and it's like crickets. So it does depend. You have to be able to, work your material in a different way and, all different types of things. I'm still figuring that out.
Absolutely. It's definitely a growing process every year that you win it, being in my 15th year. It's funny because I'm definitely not the person I was in my first year. I wasn't even the person I was in my second year. After the first year, you always evolve and you grow as the more you do it, the more places you go, the more shows you do, things like that. So you're always finding a new voice for yourself as you grow even older. You know what I'm saying? It's still funny because I used to do a lot of jokes about my son, and and I still do a lot of those jokes, but it's tied into new jokes about my daughter. So that's like a staple of who I am, because that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? I've been a father. I've always been a father. So that's not going to go anywhere. That's why a lot of people can relate with a lot of the stuff I talk about. It doesn't matter what color they are, they can relate, because if they have nieces, nephews, or kids of their own, they know exactly what the hell I'm talking about. So just have a new voice and that new identity every single year, because even when it was all about being raunchy or pushing that envelope or talking about sex, I still had jokes about my son that can transition into the other stuff that I wanted to do. So just being versatile and growing is a process, and that's always going to be a process of the comedy journey. So yeah, definitely. BBC, any other questions? Any other questions?
I'm glad that you said what you said, because my next question was, how do you come up with your material? And are you a freestyler, or like, do you have to write it out, ahead of time?
So I'm actually like old school. So all my material is real life shit. Everything that happened to me, I've seen it. I recognize, like, between my kids, my friends, just observing people at the bar or going out, So all of my shit is like real true stories, things that I've observed, and I'll just put like a little funny twist on it, or however I do it. But I'm old school. I still write like notebooks. I still got like notebooks full of.
No, look, I'm literally writing in my notebook right now. I'm so old school. I'm a notebook, paper, candy, paper towel. I write on the wall sometimes, and it's crazy because I don't write my songs down until I finish them. But if I get something, I need scraps to get it together, like to remember something. But I don't write the full thing out. But I'm definitely a notebook. I have 4 notebooks sitting up here right now. I love that.
They wouldn't have.
Yeah, that's dope. And you said your daughter will soon be grown, which literally never happens, but keep hope alive.
Exactly.
But who is your biggest supporters? Because like you said, Ohio is very hard to sell yourself in Ohio. When I go out of town, out of country, man, I'm treated like royalty. But like in my own city, they like, girl, you went to East Tech, get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like nothing. So who is your greatest supporters?
My friends. My friends. My family is passed on, so it's just my friends, I have a good support system, down in Akron, and where I'm from, and I got a lot of people in Cleveland and Columbus that rock with me too. So I mean, it's always amazing just to find new people, meet new people, and come out and support.
Definitely. Hey, listen, don't let BBC lie to you. That was the most bold-faced lie she's ever told on this fucking couch, and I gotta call you out on that shit, because every time you in Cleveland and you Milton call you on stage, and some of the other people call you on stage, they be like, Miss BBC, I love you. And
now
always about, oh, what do you mean now? Don't do that.
No, seriously, like
period.
It took me forever to get to that status, and I had to go in a coma and everything and come back out. Like, it was really, really hard to get status, especially I started off as a dancehall artist talking about $1 billion PUSSY to now like rise in your queendom and don't let nobody take it from you. So like it was, and it's crazy because it's like, for when I say that, I mean your own people and your own, whatever. But
I just wanted to cuss at you and call you out. That's all.
That's so not nice. That's so not nice. She know.
All right. So as a comedian, any comedian that come on the couch, I always ask them this, and it's always subjective because it's up to you. Give me your top 5 dead or alive comedians in no particular order. It doesn't matter.
Cat.
Did you say Cat?
Yeah, Cat Williams. Uh, this is always hard for me. Cause I love a lot of different types of comedy. Uh, Bill Burry.
Burr, just Burr, just Burr,
Yeah.
Burr. You all right? That's two.
I think he's fucking hilarious. Um, I'm gonna stop there because the other ones are kind of like. I mean, I'm not gonna stop there. I fuck with Marcus Martin out of Canton. He's a really funny comic. I think I'm more like in tune with like local comics, because these are people that help me grow into comedy, Chevy Terrell, Chris Harvey. These are people that really have helped me grow and, gave me knowledge and wisdom and everything like that to make me the comedian I am. So I have to put them in there.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
That's what's up. All right. So what's next for you? Period. What's next? What you got going on? Any shows coming up?
I got July 12th at Cleveland at the Lounges up in Cleveland on St. Clair. There's gonna be a fire show. If you haven't been there, I'm telling you, go. It is laid out, okay? They got the most beautiful like artwork. They got like these little VIP sections and this chair that I'm sitting in. They have vendors. It's a 420 friendly event. So you can smoke in there.
Nice.
It's really fun. It's a great show.
And it's called the Lounge Room?
It's called Lounges, just Lounges. I can't remember the exact address, but it's on St. Clair.
And what date is that again?
The 12th of July.
My birthday, motherfuckers.
That's your birthday?
Yep.
It's a lot of people's birthday that day.
No, I'll be in Myrtle Beach. I ain't fucking.
Oh, never mind. You better be on the beach then.
Yeah.
Your asshole.
Birthday. No, I'll probably be fucked up somewhere, eating good, relaxing. Birthday style, cancer season, bitches. Let's go. Let's go.
After that, I have to go at the Funny Stop on August 9th. So that's the next one after that I have scheduled so far.
All right, that's what's up. And give everybody your social media so everybody can follow you.
Tsunami, just Tsunami on social media, Facebook. And then I have Megan Phillips. That's my real page, but they keep maxing me out at 5,000. So I keep having to delete people.
That's so crazy.
Tsunami _ with the little T on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube.
All right, bet. That's what's up. Thanks for coming to the couch, Tsunami. You ain't got to go nowhere, but that is the end of the interview portion. We appreciate you coming on the couch, sharing your story with us. We definitely do. Give it up one more time for Tsunami with a small T on an accident. On some crazy shit.
That is so beautiful. Like, that's an amazing story.
Oh, shit. That's what's up. All right, let's get into the regular nitty gritty, y'all. We always start with a recap on what happened to us this weekend. I'll go ahead and start because my shit is always crazy. Oh, man. Like, I swear I don't never do shit, but anytime I talk about it, I'll be like, damn, I did a lot, but it is what it is. I don't do shit, So, so this past weekend, we didn't really do shit. So Friday, took little mama to the park. Met my sister-in-law and my nephew up at this park, and they played. It was hot as hell that Friday too. So they played in the water. They had like this spouts of water going back and forth. So they had a good time in the park right next to it. So they kept going back and forth. That was dope. And then Friday night, didn't do too much. I don't remember what I did Friday night. Saturday, we chilled. Ended up going to a barbecue actually over my dude Chris Clem's house, so that was good to see him. She got to play with his daughters, and there was a couple of other little kids there, so they got to hang out and have a good time. So I got to see some family and Chris and Marv and Sheer, Chris Paul, and so it was cool. That was Saturday. We just chilled. Yesterday, softball. And so softball was, it was softball. It was I'm nursing a groin injury. I pulled my fucking groin on Tuesday. Which was some bullshit, which ain't funny at all because that shit is painful.
I'm so sorry.
And
I wasn't expecting that.
So and it wasn't a good way either. Like I was playing first and it was a ball that was hit kind of like over second, but second base they slow and right field slow as fuck. So I'm like, if I don't get this bitch, this dude go hit it in the park home run. So when I went to go for it, as soon as I went for it, I'm like, fuck, I instantly felt it. And it was awful. That was the first game, early first game. I ended up finishing the first game out, playing the second game, but couldn't run. It was awful. So that was Tuesday. But like I said, so I'm nursing that shit. So been icing, putting heat on it, stretching it, and then so yesterday we needed more subs, and anytime we need more subs, I swear it's always a fucking shit show on Sunday when we don't have our core players. And it is frustrating because like we were undefeated and then we ended up losing because we lost one game because we didn't have our core. And then yesterday we ended up losing to a sorry ass team that I can't stand. You better wait. That I can't stand. So we end up losing a game to them, but then beating them second game. It was a complete shit show. But we got through it. So that it is what it is. And then we here today. Had a little meeting and shit. But now we on the couch talking about some good shit, getting a therapy session in. So that was my recap. Miss BBC, go ahead and give us your recap.
I have a question first. How do you said it wasn't in a good way? Is there a good way to pull a groin?
No, there's not. No.
Oh, look, I'm like, wait a minute.
There's no good way.
Not at all. Not at all. I hope that definitely
be hitting it the wrong way, or too hard. I don't know. It's just I don't know. But there's never a good way to pull the groin.
No, not at all. For anybody.
Go ahead, give us your recap. Hopefully, Tsunami will come back. I don't know what happened to her, but we'll keep it pushing. though. Go ahead.
Recap. Man, it's been real chill. I can't even really think of too much. Like me and my daughter decided to do a 3-day cleanse this week. I've been just really, really chilling. I don't even know if it's called a little drama, but I think I got a chick that's playing on my phone. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I'm literally just started a 3-day fruit and raw vegetable cleanse. Today is the first day, and it is it's going okay, but it's kind of boring. Like I want to be like super hungry and like lusting over everything, but I'm not. So I'm just like taking it one day at a time. I went to the market on Friday and to get some seeded watermelon because I don't like, seedless fruit or whatever. And it was $15.
Oh shit.
And I was so upset. What I realized is they're going to the stores that actually have them for $8 and they're buying them up and selling them. But the business is the business. But I'm like, y'all, the market, y'all supposed to be fresh. Like, what's going on? Y'all not growing your own watermelons? Like, I really felt offended to the fact. But, I'm a business person, so I get it. But I bought 3 watermelons. I just bought all this fruit and vegetables and everything because, like I said, we're doing the raw diet. Raw cleanse for 3 days. And it was like almost $200. And I'm like, it is crazy how everything is expensive, but to eat healthy, it is super expensive.
So it's designed that way. You know that, right?
No, it's designed that way, but it's like I would rather
be healthy.
I would rather because I'm born sickly, so I would rather pay that money than to be laid up in a hospital. You know what I'm saying, or something like that. So. And the movements that I'm making, because them hospital bills be treacherous, you know what I'm saying? And insurance only pay for so much or whatever. So today is my first day. going through that and just trying to get through these 3 days without cutting somebody because I'm hungry.
Yeah. I'm telling you, I'll be fasting and oof, the first like 72 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay away from me. Don't bust me.
That's it.
Don't. I ain't covering.
Yes.
So did you? I got a question. Following up on last week, your recap. Have you talked to dude lately? The date, the hot date?
Yeah. Actually, I think that something is going on with that situation, and
Okay.
I just decided to walk away because
Hey, no, that's
yeah,
cool. You ain't gotta go. You ain't gotta go too deep if you don't want to.
yeah,
I just
yeah,
wanted to update on it because you know it was a hot date, but then there was some red flags in there too. So
yeah,
I
yeah.
was like,
So
yeah, you know, let me see, you know, see what.
yeah, and it was like it really wasn't red flags. It was just like reality,
Yeah, I mean,
and
you know.
yeah. So yeah, I walked away. My brother told me like left it alone. So I just left it alone. And I had to like and then let me just tell you this part. Like when I have to walk up on you and say, yo, you're something not right.
Yeah.
And I said something to him that I used to say back in the day when I did not care what, like, boom, like I'm a two
Oh,
finger you.
it brung it out of you.
Yeah, it brought it out of me. And I had to say that, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, don't ever. And when I have to do that to me, that's like no more energy. And even if it's like it's a mistake, the most important thing is you didn't protect me. And I don't. That's one thing I'm very big on. So yeah, I walked away from that situation and
All
it's
right, well,
very sad.
at least the date was cool. You know what I'm
It was
saying? You
amazing. It
know,
was
at
amazing.
least we had that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't always work out. You know what I'm saying? You know, there
Yeah.
might be
Everything is not for you.
yeah, absolutely. So, Tsunami, how was your weekend?
It was amazing. Honestly, it was amazing. So I have been dog sitting my friend for like a week. And my friend's dog. Let me rephrase that. So she got a pool. So I've been in her pool like every day, like, and it was so hot. It was like the perfect week for her to be out of town. I was like, oh Jesus, thank
Nice.
you. So, and then we went to my friend had a Juneteenth party, and it was just an amazing vibe. There was a lot of people there. It was just so much community and love and fun and family. It was really nice. It was beautiful, honestly.
Nice.
Nice. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right, let's keep it moving, y'all. Y'all know we like to do one childhood memory for you to get into our past, as you've done so much in my past since I've been doing this for 3 years running. And my co-host, who's been what we going on 6 months? No,
Yeah.
yeah, shit, yeah,
Yeah.
6 months, almost
Now
7
we're going
months.
on 7 months.
Yeah, all right, nigga, all
Yeah.
right. So y'all, you know, we know what it is, and then of course to get into our guest pass. So I'll go ahead and start us off. My childhood memory this week is going to be about rain. So it kind of reminded me. It brought up a memory. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. We're riding from me and Lil Mama are riding from softball, and I can see the rain like coming towards us or whatever. So it put me back in a childhood memory that I remember. It was me and my best friend Adonis, and we're walking up a street. I think we was going to the store or to somebody's house. So I think we was going to the store, but we're walking and we're nowhere near home. We about a good 7 minutes from the house walking. If we ran, maybe, and we're walking and it's literally dry where we're at, and we seen the rain coming. And I don't mean a drizzle rain coming. I don't mean like, all right, you know, a steady rain. I mean a torrential downpour when it looked literally like a wave was coming towards us as we were walking, and there was nothing we can do because we can't outrun the rain, turn around and go back. Like it was inevitable. It was like, oh, we about to get, and then next you know, it hit us, and we were instantly soaked. Like it was a pure wave that just swept over us, and we figuring out what we go do. So we like turned around because we not about to walk in the pouring down rain to the store because we still had another good 10, 12 minutes to walk to the store and then walk back. And so we're soaked. And lo and behold, OG big bruh, his big bruh started riding. He was riding down the street and seen us, but had people in the car as well. So we jump in. And so me and him, I think we was probably like 15, maybe 16. And so we like in the front seat, like cramped up, like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like on each other because we ain't had nowhere to sit. And we just didn't want to get soaked anymore. But we were literally, I remember seeing the rain in the distance coming towards us like it was literally like the wave at Jogga Lake. Like and you waiting on it because you hot and you want to get wet and get swept back or whatever. How people would run in that water or whatever and try to run from it and still get swept over. But we seen it and it was nothing we can do. And as soon as it hit us, we were instantly soaked. And the other day when we were riding and we seen the rain coming, it just reminded me of that. Because it was just like, we didn't have a care in the world. It didn't matter if we got soaked or what, but we was pissed we got soaked. But it was just one of those things where it was like, I ain't gonna never forget this shit. Crazy. So that's my childhood memory this week, y'all.
Nice. Tsunami, you can go next.
Yeah, go ahead. Tsunami, give us a childhood memory.
All right. So I was thinking about this. Horses. Mine's gonna be about horses. So I grew up in the hood, like mad poor. So we didn't go to like fairs or anything like that. And I remember like this is how I got into the church cult. They used to come around and get you to go to the church or whatever. So they have all these like activities and days and all this stuff. So the church had this fair day. And we were like, okay, yeah, we'll go. I ended up getting baptized 3 times. It's a whole other story. But like this fair day was so amazing. It was the first time I ever seen a horse and like in person, and I'm like talking to like Mr. Ed. And it was the first time I ever, and everything was free. So like, when you don't got no money, even like, you drive past like a fair or something as a kid, you get excited like, Carrie, and my mom be like, hell no. So it was like, we didn't have to pay for anything. All we had to do was like talk about Jesus. I was like, yes, yeah, let's do this. But I love that horse, and I really like fell in love with horses for a long time. Like I still love horses. But they're so beautiful creatures. I didn't know they shit that much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got to ride a horse and touch a horse and then do all these games and all this. I mean, got stuck into a church cult, but it was fun.
Not a church court. And you still love horses now?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Church court. Cult. That is hilarious. I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway, that was a bomb story. I'm gonna go next, I guess. My childhood memory is because he was talking about like the rain and running from the rain. You guys ever, and I know every level of people have done this, chase the moon or like ran from the moon, like, okay, the moon is chasing us. You guys ever do that? Like the moon is following us? Okay, so we used to have this thing like no matter where you move, like when you move and it looked like the moon is following, like you driving down the street, it looked like the moon is following you or whatever. Okay. So I was little and I'm the baby. So out of all of my brothers, sisters and stuff, cousins that was there, I was the baby and I was the crybaby or whatever, so one day my cousin, like we were in the car with my aunt and that like my aunt was the type, like she would pick all the kids up and we would have to lap up on each other. So like my one cousin like, oh my God, the moon is following us and everything like that. So I'm like, so they like, look, the moon following us. Oh my God. And so my aunt, she was very like childish. So she like, oh shit. And she like hit the gas hard, like that motherfucker following us. He ain't gonna get us or whatever. Like, and she just like playing into it. I'm so scared that, I'm like, whatever. So I'm crying. They like, stop crying, baby, whatever like that. So anyway, we get to where we're going, we go eat or whatever like that, and you forget. I forgot about it. So we're like, my cousin we outside, and my cousin break out running, and she like the moon. She was like, the moon following us again. That he found us, and they like, don't cry, just come on, and everybody laughing and running. So I'm trying to not be scared because I want to act like the big kids. I'm running so fast. I look behind me, and when I turn around, I run smack into a pole. Yeah, knock my front.
Oh shit!
Knock my front tooth out.
Oh,
and I got a whooping for crying. And it was crazy because it was like, and it was the big kid's fault to me, but you know what I'm saying? It was like, I guess it was one of those moments like, where did that pole come from? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just made me, I think about it today. I'm like, we used to play right there all the time, running, chasing each other, tag, all that stuff like this. This pole literally just came out of nowhere. I always just felt like I was always being bullied, and I just felt like that pole and the moon was bullying me. And it was, it was crazy. So yeah, that's my childhood.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
That's a good one.
You got your apple for crying because you ran into the pole and got your tooth knocked out. I'm glad
Yeah.
you were.
Yeah. I had old school.
It was a baby tooth, right?
Yeah, it's a baby tooth.
So at least it wasn't a grown tooth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It probably was already loose or whatever like that. Like, but we just grew up with those kind of parents and grandparents. If I told you to sit down, if I told you and you hurt yourself, I'm gonna hurt you even more.
Absolutely. I get that. I get that. All right, let's get to it. One of our favorite subjects on here is flowers while they're still here. We like to give people flowers while they're still here instead of being conditioned like so many of us are, and give people flowers while they're dead and gone at their funeral. We like to give people flowers while they can still smell those roses. I'll go ahead and go first. My flowers this week are going to go to, I'm going to give my flowers to my dude, Chris Clem. We were just over there Saturday. I met him doing comedy. Always been a good dude. Always had like useless information. Like always had this wealth of of knowledge of useless information though, right? But it's funny because we were talking about the other day his ROI or ROI on useless information paid out big for him. Because he was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire when that show was still on, and he won like $100,000. So his useless information came in handy, but he was hitting us with some trivia about the Cavs and different stuff, and I'm like, dude, I'd have never ever. I don't even know who that was, and it was just funny. But he's always been a good dude, always been cool. We played, adult basketball together when I was out in this way, so that was cool. He always told the story about when he got dunked on by LeBron when they was in high school or whatever. But the one thing I like about him the most is when we did Pete from the Funny Stops roast, he had the best joke for me ever. Because if I was supposed to be doing 5 minutes, they give me like 6 minutes because that's just who I was. But he has said, he like Sean Boyd to never die because when he sees the light, he'll keep going and going and going. So, and it's funny and so true. So, but like I said, always been a good dude. Invited us to the barbecue, and just anytime I see him, it's always love. So he definitely deserves some flowers. So Chris Clem, you getting your flowers today, brother.
Hey.
Well, flowers, well deserved.
Who want to go next with their flowers?
Go tSunami.
I will. Actually, I'm gonna do today. I'm gonna do Chris Harvey. It's his birthday. Here's your flowers, homie. See him. There you go.
Nice. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Chris.
Friend
of the couch.
Yeah, great guy. Hilarious comedian. So happy birthday, homie.
Hey,
yes.
Flowers well deserved. All right, BBC, who you giving flowers to today?
I am giving flowers, and this is what I left out for my weekend. I'm giving flowers to myself. I went and I bought these little rosebuds. They're Rio rosebuds, and they were closed when I first got them yesterday, and now they're opening up. If you can see,
Yeah.
And I want to give flowers to myself. You know, I'm in a Snoop Dogg moment. Like, I really forget all the time. I'm always uplifting people, always giving, like, you know, energy to everybody, even in my, you know, most saddest moments or whatever. And I'm definitely used to getting flowers, but sometimes we forget, like, to give flowers to ourselves. You know what I'm saying? To bless ourselves, to say thank you, to be grateful. We always see the neg. You know, even if I've had shows where I performed and everybody like, oh my God. And then one person was like, ugh, you could have did better. And I will focus on that more than I focus on anything. Not the fact that I booked the show, promoted the show, booked the vendors, performed, you know, everything like that. So, you know, sometimes we forget to love on us. So I'm giving my flowers to Miss BBC Aloja.
Hey, well deserved, sis. That's
Blessings.
all right. Before we even go to a break, I want to get into one topic before we get into the regular topics. I wanted to add this in since Juneteenth was last Wednesday. Happy belated Juneteenth to everybody. But I seen this article the other day, and it kind of got me to ranting in my head. So I wanted to talk about it real quick on here before we go to our one and only sponsor break. Because so many people irritate me with this fake patriotism.
Okay.
Because it's fake as shit, right? Because don't disrespect the flag, don't kneel when they doing the national anthem, and why are they kneeling? Like, they're disrespecting the country, and if they don't like the country, get out of the country, blah blah blah, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So that always brings up shit to where, because like a lot of times I just kind of stay to myself and really don't say shit. But today is one of those days when I seen this, I'm about to rant on this shit. So MLB fan pissed off. MLB fans pissed off with the national anthem singer after controversial changes to the words at a Pittsburgh Pirates game. Right? Go figure, right? So black dude was singing the national anthem. And so the performer altered the words of the Star Spangled Banner, right? Before the game, changing and the Rockets' red glare, which I didn't even know. I thought it was rare glare. You know, I never really paid attention to the fucking words. It says, and the Rockets' red glare. He changed it to, and the Rockets' blue glare instead of red glare, right? He changed it to Rockets' blue glare, right? And so many of these fake patriotic fucking people are up in arms, right? Like, they're up in arms because they always want something to complain about, something to argue about, something to continue to divide the people as a whole in the country, right? And being on right after the week of Juneteenth, when the last enslaved people were free, it was 2 years before that all the slaves were free. But this city in Texas made sure that these particular slaves couldn't read, couldn't watch TV, didn't know that they were free until somebody came down there and was like, y'all are free. You know what I'm saying? So it irritated me, and a lot of people commented like, the typical comment, right? Don't sing the national anthem if you ain't gonna sing it right, blah blah blah, and that's disrespectful, and blah blah blah, and you're supposed to do that for the troops, and and it's funny because they change it so many times when you're at sporting events, right? They say, please rise to honor our troops by the singing of the Star Spangled Banner, right? Which is bullshit, because the Star Spangled Banner is not actually for our troops that actually served overseas and fight for our freedom. It's not for them. So let's go back to the real history of the bullshit Star Spangled Banner, because I, for one, do not stand I do not put my hand over my heart when I'm in classes and they do the national, the Pledge of Allegiance or whatever, or all that shit. I don't, because that's how I feel. You can feel the way you feel. I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody got feelings, and I'm not saying your feelings are different or anything like that. Timbuktu, my guy. What up, my guy? What's up, man?
What up, homie?
My thing is, let's go back to the real roots of the Star Spangled Banner. Like, I'm not going to sing that song because if you know the truth of the Star Spangled Banner, they took out 3 other verses, right? And a lot of people don't know this, so they be like, oh, it's so patriotic. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all bullshit, and it's all to keep people divided and keep people oppressed. Because if you know the history of the Star Spangled Banner, they are talking about the enslaved people that cannot be free and shouldn't be free in the Star Spangled Banner. People don't do the history, they research on what it really means or what it really says in there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to sit here and read you that verse that I'm talking about, so it's not like, oh, he all in a rant, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Because, like, you know me, I do my research, and I'm not going to sit here and fly off the hip, you know? Because the third verse is what I'm talking about. It says, and where is the band who so vauntly swore that the havoc of the war and the battle's confusion, a home and a country should leave us no more. Their blood has washed out their foul footsteps, pollution. No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of the flight or the gloom of the grave. It's literally sitting there telling you that the Key was a slave owner. That Key, the guy that wrote the Star Spangled Banner, Francis Scott Key, slave owner with anti-abolitionist views. And in this verse, he mentions slaves and their role in the battle on both the American and the British side, because they didn't want us to be free.
Right.
Us to continue to work for free to build a country that they made money off of the slaves' backs. So while these people are saying, oh, he changed the color from red to blue, and they get mad or pissed about that and all that, because that's bull, flat out bull. It's nonsense. So learn your history, know your history before you start arguing about something that's so stupid as the Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And any thoughts? I was ranting and raving or whatever, but like I had to get that shit out because it's too much nonsense going on. And you know, they always want to say, oh, well, he said blue for Democrats. Man, fuck politics. Neither one of those motherfuckers care about us, period.
It's all the same.
They don't care about us. And people be like, oh, I'm putting, Trump back in office, blah, 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 or I'm keeping Biden. Like, truthfully, they're puppets. They don't care about anybody at all but themselves.
No, it's already written what's supposed to happen. That's what it
against it. We go still be under their foot with their foot on our necks.
Right. And we keep it there. I learned about the Star Spangled Banner when I was taking my third anger management, and the instructor I had, he had taught us everything, like how they were going to try to stop blacks from voting in 2027, everything. And that actually came up last year. So like when it comes to it, it's just like with the Bible. And I know this is about to turn some heads and get everybody. They changed the words for their benefits. They take the books out of the Bible, and for the slaves, the song was made about the slaves through the civil rights. The story, actually, if you listen to the song, it tells itself, because they were fighting for freedom, but they don't say that it was like a fight against slaves and stuff like that. We had the upper hand, and how it happened, they make it look like somebody gave us freedom. And no, we fought for it. So that song was created to be like, oh, y'all think y'all gonna win, but y'all not, because y'all gonna continue to be our slave, and this is how it's gonna go down, or whatever. So when the song was written, it was a chant, and it wasn't actually a song. It was like that, how they be like, sound off 1, 2, sound off 3, 4, or whatever like that. So in the whole uprising of that, that's what the song, it was a chant to let them know, like, we're coming for you. We're gonna make sure we kill the ones or whatever, and we still gonna make y'all be slaves. We still gonna make y'all be this. I don't even know what that line means in the song, whether he changed it from red to blue or whatever. Like, a lot of it don't even make much sense because they do so much to try to hide their hand. So they try to like use narratives to be like, oh, the reckon of blue and red. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's all fuckery within itself. And I totally agree with you. And I like that you went on that rant because people, they want to fight for, it's like, you know what I'm saying? You want to fight for something at this point. Ain't got a flag at your house. Don't even know the anthem yourself. Haven't did no research on it or anything. And it's like, oh, this and that and the other. And it's so, everything is so supremacist. And it's very irritating because that's what you want to fight about today with all the shit that's going on in the world. It's like, and then other people don't even know what happened. They see the short clip of a video and now they want to fight for, oh yeah, that was wrong. What happened? It was a game. Oh, I didn't even know. Somebody sung something, So like you said, people don't do their research. People don't, and they try to find the craziest patriotic shit to fight about. And then the stuff that they should be fighting about and standing up for, they don't say nothing. So fuck them and anybody that got mad. I'm glad he did what he did. And he not the first person that did it. So it is what it is.
Absolutely. Tsunami, what's your thoughts on that?
I didn't know anything about it. I don't understand the whole blue and red either. But what does it fucking matter? Like, like, why are they, like you said, there's so much more things in this world to be worried about, to, be upset about and upward about than changing blue and red.
Word.
I don't know.
Sorry.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's basically, people arguing over dumb shit, because I mean, that's what they like to do. They like to keep the dumb shit going and let the other shit fall to the wayside when motherfuckers don't know what's really going on. So, all right, I think that is a great time to take our one and only sponsor break. Please don't go nowhere. We got more Tsunami. We got more Just Therapy with BBC, and you already know who I am, and I'm taking us to break, baby.
Woo-woo.
Primal Screen in Kent, Ohio. For all your screen printing and embroidery needs. Quality work, on time, fair prices. For more information, call 330-677-1766. Again, 330-677-1766. Or check us out online, primalscreenprinting.com. If you mention a podcast, you get 5% off. Peace.
Custom Design Aquariums, where we bring your aquatic dreams to life. With your help, using your imagination, together, we will turn your home or office into a peaceful getaway. For a free consultation, call 330-475-5181 or contact us by email at customdesignaqua@gmail.com. Once again, that is customdesignaaqua@gmail.com. Mention this podcast and get 5% off. Yo, it is another beautiful Monday evening, and you already know what I'm about to talk to you about. One of the best pizzas in town, Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. They got 3 locations and 1 on the way. First location is in Cuyahoga Falls on 1909 Bailey Road, Cuyahoga Falls. Their phone number is 330-928-2222. They got another location in downtown Akron across the street from Rubber Duck Stadium. That address is 325 South Main Street, Akron. Their phone number is 330-849-5707. And the newest location is in Stowe. That is 3031 Graham Road, Stowe, Ohio. Phone number is 330-673-9410. What I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria and the downtown location has to be the beer wall. I like to call it the Dave and Buster's of beer because there are 36 glorious taps of wine, ale, IPAs, whatever you can think of is on this wall. And the thing why I call it the Dave and Buster's of beer is you put money on a card, you walk up to the tap, you put the card next to the tap and pour as much beer as your heart desires. But please drink responsibly. Another thing I love about Twisted Tomato Pizzeria is that they cater to your taste buds. Anything you order, especially the specialty pizzas, it's always done the right way. You know, I'm a cheeseless type of person, so I say no cheese, extra sauce, all the fixings on there, and it's always so damn good. Every time I take that first bite, it'd be like, bitch. Like, it's just that delicious. So make sure you check out Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. If you mention Just Therapy, the podcast, or that you are a coucher, ask for the owner, Brad Cover, and you get a 10% discount because they are the official sponsor of Just Therapy, the podcast. But make sure you get your discount on some delicious food. And don't forget, if it's pizza, it's possible. Twisted Tomato Pizzeria. Make sure you check them out, y'all. Yes. And we are back. And more shameless plugs. You already know what's coming up this week. Yes, it is the last Thursday of the month is Revival of the Mic Poetry Night at Jilly's Music Room. $10 entry, but it is always a vibe. Doors open at 6. Show starts at 7. And every last Thursday of the month with a slew of great poetry artists. Make sure you go check them out. Revival of the Mic every last Thursday. That will be this Thursday coming up on your ass very fast. All right. And we are back. I
had to go check that out.
Yeah.
I love Joey. It's a beautiful room too. It's a nice room.
Absolutely. Jilly's is nice, real nice room, real nice.
They got the TVs everywhere, so even if you're not right next to you, you're outside, you can still watch everything and hear it. It's beautiful.
I gotta make it up there. I used to live in Akron, so it's so weird that I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, you're supposed to come to one night, but you ain't sure. But
okay. I apologize.
I won't be there this week either, so it'll be all right. But I heard it's still nice. So I believe they still have my guy DJ Drama on the ones and twos. So make sure you go check out the vibe. It's definitely a vibe. All right, let's get into it, y'all. So our first topic on the docket. Listen, I was trying to figure out what the name of this topic was gonna be, right? Because when you sent it to me, when you sent me that little clip or whatever, and I was like, man, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, hold up, so then I was like, what can the name of the topic be? You know what I'm saying? Like, I did all that, when you send it to me. So upset with a woman is the topic I came up with, right?
Yeah, but I was like, what?
But before you start, you ain't gotta do too much. You already know what I did.
I know.
When you see a man that's always angry with a woman and he don't like women and he's always saying something negative about a woman, why is that?
Maybe because he's hurt?
No. Yeah, he's hurt because he can't walk in his truth. He's hurt because really he want to lay down with his homeboy, but for the world, he has to be with a woman. It's clear as day. I see it happen all the time. There's no reason why a man should always be upset with a woman. What it is a lot of men struggle with their sexuality. What it is a lot of men can't walk in their truth. What it is a lot of men have to deal with women for their family's sake, for business, for image. But when a man is constantly aggressive and mean and evil and beating on the woman, on that list of demons that he's fighting is sexuality.
Period.
So I gotta go help Lil Mama real quick. You can start the topic and then I'll jump back in. Go ahead.
Okay. So boom. Here's my thing. I see a lot of men all the time, and I've dealt with men that transitioned into, being gay and everything like that. But I see men like all the time that are just so heinous to women. Like, I'm talking about, yeah, calling out their name, bitches and hoes, always just negative, like just and no matter what, they always fighting with a woman, always putting her down, always, and people bring it off as narcissism. And what it is, it's like that's not always the truth. Now, especially when I see in the Caribbean vibe, I've met men that transition and their families have disowned them. So a lot of people can't transition into the sexuality they'll be, or they don't want to be seen as gay, they don't want to be picked with, disassociated or whatever like that. Now, also, let me throw this disclaimer in there. A lot of men were abused by their mother or whatever like that, you know what I'm saying? And they might hate women too. But when I see men that are just womanizers and just so cold, and every time you turn around, it's just like it's like I watch them and you can see the tendencies within them. You know what I'm saying? Little stuff that they do, like laying up in the bed, just like, just real things that, or liking to always hit it from the back, or want to do no, or like for you to do stuff to them, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And it's like, and it's most of the time the men that are horrible to women, because there's a difference between a feminine manipulator and a gallus, you know what I'm saying, or gallus we say in Jamaica, you know what I'm saying, somebody that love women. A man that love women treat all his women good. Like, and if he got more than one woman or whatever like that, and he can have a wife and everything, but everybody is taken care of. He's sweet, he's generous. You know what I'm saying? He always just giving women compliments and everything like that because he loved women. But a man that associates himself around a lot of women, trying to, basically mask the fact that he does have those tendencies. He's good to his boys. He love on his boys. He want to be around them all the time. He uplift his boys. His boys need him. He will leave his woman hanging to go be with his boys or brothers or however, or whatever like that. But treat women like crap. Dog them, talk down to them, disrespect them, just go on and a whole rage against women, just make them feel bad about themselves, and just never in a good vibe. To me, that's because he has homosexual tendencies. He's not able to live in his truth. He's afraid to live in his truth, and he's mad at that woman because she gets to be a woman. What's your thoughts?
So before we get to Tsunami's thoughts or my thoughts, I want to play it one more time because but no, go ahead. You know what, Tsunami, go ahead. You got thoughts on this? Go ahead.
I do. I agree. I think a lot of it comes from like, in my personal opinion and what I've seen, I've noticed that a lot of it comes from the mother, or the grandmother or whoever raised them, being neglectful or abusive, not being able to communicate with the mother, or maybe even, the mother not being present in their life, so they hold that residual anger, and they manifest it, and it just controls them and consumes them, and so they can't really trust no woman, so they start to just pick apart, all the different things about. And like, sexuality is fluid, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like, do what you want to do in any way you want to do it. I don't think that if you as a woman, is anything you do is gay. Personally, that's how I feel. But I mean, to each his own preference. If you were a man, now you asking me to put something in your, that's, you want a man that makes you, different. But that's okay too. I'm just saying, like, I don't think that it's actually like a sexual thing. But it definitely, like, the way men break when we're talking about like treating, the way you treat a woman, the way you look at a woman, the way you just always angry and all that. Like, there's definitely some deep rooted issues, and if they didn't come like from your mother, they probably came from like your first lover or somebody, something like that, from a female aspect that makes you despise, the whole race. I'd be like,
no, for real.
All right, so before I get my thoughts, I want to play it one more time, y'all. So for people that didn't see this or hear it, this is what did I name the topic?
Angry,
Woman's thoughts or something. Angry against the woman. I forgot.
something like that.
What did I name the title? Upset with a woman. Yeah, upset with a woman. That's what I named it. So before I give my thoughts on it, I'm gonna play it one more time, and just so everybody can catch up. Please chime in. I need you chiming in. Even if you're on my page, I got it up so I can see your comments. If you're on the Facebook page, Just Therapy, the Facebook page, or YouTube, I can put your comments on the screen like it is right now. So please chime in. I'm gonna play it one more time and I'm gonna give my thoughts a little bit and we'll discuss it even more. Here we go.
When you see a man that's always angry with a woman and he don't like women and he's always saying something negative about a woman, why is that?
Maybe because he's hurt.
No. Yeah, he's hurt because he can't walk in his truth. He's hurt because really he want to lay down with his homeboy, but for the world, he has to be with a woman. It's clear as day. I see it happen all the time. There's no reason why a man should always be upset with a woman. What it is a lot of men struggle with their sexuality. What it is a lot of men can't walk in their truth. What it is a lot of men have to deal with women for their family's sake, for business, for image. But when a man is constantly aggressive and mean and evil and beating on the woman, on that list of demons that he's fighting is sexuality.
So when you first sent me that, right? I think my first comment was, I like how everybody thinks they're 100% correct on everything, right?
You did say that.
Yes, because there's a lot of things in that video, right, that need to be addressed, right? He is, I would probably say maybe 80, 85, maybe I'll give him that 85, the highest. He's not 100% right because everybody has opinions, right? Because this is still just an opinion on what he sees, correct?
Opinion.
Right. And plus, he is coming from that demographic. I mean, can we 100% say he coming from that demographic? He is,
absolutely, absolutely.
Gay, right. So when you sent that to me, I had to listen to it twice because I was like, okay, he got some truth in there, but then all of it is not 100%, right? Because when like I've never truthfully met somebody the way he explained it that is that angry, right? Like, but you got to remember, like a lot of people, well, not a lot of people, but a lot of men who beat on women have a Napoleon complex, right? Or have been picked on and couldn't beat other the same gender, other males. They couldn't beat them up, right? So they take it out on a weaker gender, so to say, right? So I wouldn't say that because like it's almost like he was saying all men that have beat on a woman is fighting their sexuality and really wants to be gay.
He didn't say that. He said most. He said most.
He did say most, but he said like, when you say most is more than 50%, correct?
Right.
So I still think that most men that beat on their woman are cowards.
Absolutely.
And have that Napoleon complex and have something deeper rooted in them to where they want to take that hostility with their hands out on them, or they're controlling and they know they can control that person in that way and they keep staying for that particular reason, right? Okay, so let's back up to what you said, Miss BBC. When the guy always wants to hit it from behind, right? Come on now. We all know face down, ass up is a lot of people's favorite position. A lot of females' favorite position because you can hit a different spot when you're.
I was talking about taking ass. I was talking about taking ass. I said it in that.
Yeah, but hold on. But you said hitting it from the back first.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but that's what I meant.
I'm gonna address everything you said. Hold on.
Let's go.
I'm breaking down each point of what you said because I pay attention, right? I listen, right? You know that about me, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, little mama got a question for me real quick. Hold on, real quick. What, baby? Yes. Okay, sorry. So let's take it back to the face down, booty up. That's it's a song about it, right? They made a song about it, right?
Absolutely.
And that is definitely not a person that just wants to that's fighting their sexuality, because it's a method to the madness of hitting different angles and hitting the wall, which I've done a lot. Hitting the wall.
Easier way to get to the G spot.
Pleasuring somebody where you want them to make sure they're pleasured, because that's, a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people want to pleasure than actually to receive pleasure. Okay. So then also, you said also the anal thing. You said always. Did you say always want to do?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Always. If they always want to just only do you.
Okay.
Anal.
So yes. Okay. You say always and only. I give you that. I give you that. So, but sometimes, you just you want to mess with different hoes. You know what I'm saying? You've been seeing videos, and shit gets slippery. And sometimes they got a spot in there where they can come to. So that but always.
No, I'm not saying all men though.
Hold on. Let me keep going. So
okay.
So it's different. It's different nerve endings in there. For the girl. You know what I'm saying? So they still come up with that. And then they ask for it. You know what I'm saying? But either way, right?
Okay.
And then you got to remember there is a G spot in the anal gland, right? So,
well, not for women, for men, yes,
right. But hold on, whoa! It's a spot in there for y'all too, if they do it right. Don't get it twisted, okay?
No, you can reach the spot through that, but the woman's is closer to her upper pelvic, and the man's is closer to.
But there's some spot where it make a girl come like that. So
let's go.
Okay, so now if the guy wants like toys and a whole bunch of stuff, okay, that you should be like, hey, well, hold on, like, you sure you want to be in the puss, and you know what I'm saying, you sure you want tatas to play with, that's subject. So what he was saying, there's a lot of truth in what he was saying, right? And then what Megan was saying was talking about, it comes from the mom or the grandmother, or how they were raised, right? But I know a lot of dudes that was raised by their moms or their grandmas that don't have a question about their sexuality, right? So that, and I'm not saying that was like 100% or anything like that. I'm just addressing everything, both of y'all.
Not like a negative form, not like
she was saying an abusive,
right? So right. So when certain people, so like, can we say, let's put it on the other foot for a second? Can we say that the women that was raised or wasn't raised by a father, right, or had a father that was too hard or too mean or whatever, would that count for them going that way as well? If we're saying the negative woman aspect in a young boy's or a young man's life makes them go and have questions about their sexuality, can we say it?
Well, that wasn't the topic, but you can say that.
Yeah, so because I want to know both sides, because we like to do both sides. We like to do the devil's advocate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but definitely a lot of women have father issues and mother ways, which makes women be promiscuous, overly sexual, non-sexual, or become gay because they've seen their father do a lot of different stuff in a lot of different ways. So absolutely.
Correct. So back to what he was saying. He had a lot of truth in what he was saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when a man is that, like, because he was like that, he like that angry, you know what I'm saying? Where it's an anger that is almost unwarranted for no reason, talking about he'll drop anything for his boys, and you know what I'm saying, help out his boys over his woman, or or his significant other. So he did have a lot of truth in what he was saying, but is it 100% correct? I would have to say no.
I don't agree that it's 100% correct at all. I feel like he was definitely on a money that most men are like that. I actually met a man that is now gay, like I said, who said that he was like that towards women. So nothing is 100%. Like when it first starts, the one guy said, well, maybe because they're hurt. and that can also be the truth too. Just speaking on the fact of what he said, I felt like, yes, there are a lot of men out here with that energy that are like that, because you know what I'm saying, just on a specific, you know what I'm saying, conversation. You know, you can't say all men are like, I don't believe all men are dogs, because then all women will be whores. And I know a lot of women that are not whores. I I mean, I could be anyway. I know a lot of women that love getting hit from the back. I love a lot of women that love anal. But what I was speaking on, the specific of like the dude that I'm talking about, he said he used to always like to be with his woman, but he always, you know, and then, you know what I'm saying, she spoke about it because we were just in a whole little group when I used to do another thing. And he always wanted to do anal.
Go on, throw it out there. The intimacy consultant, throw it out there.
Yeah. So, and you know, and she used to always find it very uncomfortable, or whatever like that. But he said after they would, you know, go regularly, he could never. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I had it on mute. Oh, he couldn't.
Okay. He can never. You know. Yeah. So the only way he could is if he would do, you know, anal or whatever. And when she wouldn't want to do it, he was like just so aggravated with her. He hated like how people will always call her pretty. But then I met another guy said that he wanted to be gay because his mother treated his sisters better than she treated him. You know what I'm saying? So it made him want to be a girl because his mother would buy his sisters brand new clothes. He always had to get thrift shop. He would she would get beat for stuff that his sisters did. Like she always like just kept them so pretty, and they were always just in stuff or whatever. And he would just be so abused.
So he almost felt like if he would have been a girl, he would have got more love.
Yeah, and it grew up, and it was like in his mental effect or whatever. But like we actually dated. We hung out, and he would just be so crazy and like always want to fight. Like, oh God, he hated for me to be on stage. He hated for people, like if we were out in public, everybody was rushing up to me like Miss BBC, big body chick, whatever like that. He hated it, you know, or whatever. And now he's living his truth, and he's with someone, and he's like not angry. He's in therapy and everything like that. And he was like, that was one of his things that he had to overcome. Like he always felt that way. If I was a girl, I would be treated better. He used to have a hard time holding down a job. Now he's, you know, a gay man, and he has an amazing job. He used to really, really be into like doing anal play and everything like that for him. Just little things. So I believe there is a massive amount of men that do live like that. However, like you said too, I believe some people just are bullies. And just, you know, abusive. They were abused. They saw their father be abusive to, you know, or whatever like that. But on that specific thing, there are a handful of men and women that are out here not living their truth. And this is why you see women go through men very fast. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he was this, he was that, you know what I'm saying, as well. So always dogging men, always putting men down, trying to over emasculate man, because people are not living in their true energy of who they want to be with or who they like. That's just my opinion.
Right. Tsunami, come on, talk to us.
I mean, I feel like, you know, a lot of it has to do with like personal understanding who you are. You know,
Yes.
I can't, you know, like being able to know who you are and accept who you are and love yourself, and then you can love others. But until you, like, if you have, a lot of it's like psychological. So if I hate myself and I hate how I'm raised and I hate the people that raised me and all of that, like, you know, I'm gonna look at it through a negative aspect. And I think that's what it boils down to, no matter if sexuality is involved or not, what sexuality you are. You know, if you're not dealing with yourself and healing yourself, you're not going to have an optimistic. You're going to be pessimistic about a lot of things in life. And the way you treat other people is going to be the most, you know, prominent thing that's going to pop out at people, you know?
Yeah.
You treat people terribly, you know, because you're hurting yourself.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Hurt people.
And it's true. I think people get lost in that.
Mm-hmm.
And and it goes back to what you say about patriarchy. Let's take that to that. Because people really, it's like, okay, so the people that's fighting for this and fighting for that, some people will push everything out about, oh yeah, we're gonna fight for this, we're gonna fight for that, we're gonna fight for this. They'll stand up for everything, but they won't stand up for themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I'm gonna say something about this, I'm gonna say something about that, I'm gonna say something, and you don't stand up for yourself. And like Tsunami said, knowing who you are and being comfortable who you are, people are gonna judge you and say whatever, regardless. The man sung the song beautifully, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? People didn't focus on that. And people are never going to focus on what is, regardless of what you got going on, you know? So I would rather for you to come out and be who you are. I mean, even if you were who you are with me, you know what I'm saying? Be who you are. So, because some men and some women are really wonderful people, but because they're not living their truth on whatever level, even if it's creative, even if it's professional, they take that out on people. Live your truth. Whatever you want to do, if you want to be a drag queen, whatever, even if you do it with me, I would rather for you to be that person than to be abusive, to be hurt. Because even though you're hurting me, you're hurting you more. Because that mental build up, that, you know what I'm saying, that tear down inside, that not living your truth, not being pleasured, not being pleased, not being overstanding with yourself, is destroying your mind. And a lot of people die from that. Like, they die not actually being who they're supposed to be, you know, or what they're supposed to be, or enjoying who they're supposed to be enjoying. And it's so frustrating. So anybody that's listening and you feel like you have homosexual tendencies, you feel like you're not in the right place where you're supposed to be professionally or anything, stop. Live your life for who you need to live it for. Unless you're a killer or a rapist, like, kill yourself. But that's a whole nother, you know, child molester.
Get therapy. Get therapy.
Do therapy, but not just kill yourself. For me, but she wants you to seek therapy. So I mean, I'm glad she's a better person.
I want to talk about girl.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
You jumped off the track, nigga. Come on now.
I'm sorry. I just feel I'm just sorry. You know how I get passionate. My bad.
No, I know, but you know, you jumped off the rails with that.
Don't kill yourself. Like,
you know how I feel about that. Come on now.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's okay. Listen. So when you was talking about dude, right? He was like, he just wished he was a girl, and it popped in my head. And I started to cut you off and be like, did he like hope he was like if he was a rich girl? Because that song, you know.
That would have been perfect for you to say at that time. Like, that would have been so perfect.
But I didn't want to be an asshole, so I didn't. I just yeah, exactly. So I stopped it. I didn't do it, but I almost cut you off to say, did he want to be a rich girl? Like, so
that would have been smart.
Yeah. So, like you said, live your truth, get therapy, definitely get therapy, because you need to heal, and you won't be better for anybody, not even yourself, if you don't heal from that. We've had discussions about that shit before.
Yeah, for real.
If you don't heal the right way, you're not gonna be able to heal at all. You ain't gonna be good for fucking nobody, period.
No, so, it's true. And I've been there, very angry, very violent, very aggressive, and it destroys you. It destroys you. And I think I wouldn't have so many health issues as I had I took therapy seriously as a teenager when I was put in it, you know. But that beats down on your heart, your mind, and your soul. So definitely finding healing and growing into my healing and therapy is still helping me every day.
Absolutely. But no, that was definitely a good topic. That's why I was like, I wasn't gonna say, nah, we can't do that. I'm like, okay, like shit, let's roll with it. And that's why I was like, I had to be able to get that video somehow. And I was like, how can I get this video? And I was like, let me send it to my email and see if I can save and see if it'll come up. And it came up the right way, and I was able to get it on there. So I was pumped about that shit. All right, let's get to this last topic. We're not gonna do crazy, funny, fucked up news this week. Plus, I didn't have one, but it's easy for me to find one. I already got so many in the bag. But I want to get to your thoughts. I want to hear y'all thoughts, especially the women. You know, I want to hear y'all thoughts about this. All right, so because like it's a lot of shit going around, and you see different pictures and different memes and all that. Boom, boom, boom. But I want to address this one. What? So who cares? Where?
I don't say so. Who cares?
Is dead. All right. So I want to hear y'all thoughts on this. All right, here we go. It's crazy how men, especially since it's Men's Mental Health Month this month, and a lot of people don't know that. So I definitely want to do this. And so it's crazy how men have to make six figures, own a big house, drive an expensive car, have no kids, educated and handsome, just to date a broke woman with debt, an attitude, and another man's kids. Let that sink in real quick. I'm gonna read it one more time while y'all let that sink in and shit. It's crazy how men have to make six figures, own a big house, drive an expensive car, have no kids, educated and handsome, just to date a broke woman with debt, an attitude, and another man's kids.
That's crazy.
Your thoughts.
I'll support this message. I'll support this message.
I support this
I think
message.
it's crazy that a motherfucker.
Yeah, I think it's so crazy. I'm just tap in because I'm always,
Yeah, we've had this conversation a couple times, but I wanted to bring it to the forefront again.
It's so irritating. And when I hear women say all this, oh, he got to have six figures, he have to have this or whatever. Like, okay, so let me go in real quick. I was watching, which I hate. I really don't like this show, the balloon dating thing or whatever.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I really don't like it. I think it's very much of a setup and it's mostly black people to really attack each other or whatever like that. You're busting a balloon. How can you know what this person is like? You haven't even dated them. They just walked in the room. You don't know their energy, their spirit, if they're nurturing, how wonderful they are, or anything. So I'm watching it, and dude came in and was like, okay, what you do? He said he was a plumber or something. They busting balloons because he a plumber. Now, you don't know if he owned a plumbing company. You don't know anything. But because he's a plumber, here, stop that. You know what I'm saying? Because it is the dudes. I've dated a rich dude before. Like, really, he was horrible. Very arrogant, very like top down or whatever. Like, let me tell you something. Trust me. By the time I got done with him, he never wanted to see me again. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen each other after that. And he was like, you were the only person. Because I don't care about your money. I don't care about that. I find that women like that, they have no substance. They have no self-worth. And they don't, like, how are you broke talking about somebody got to make something? You know what I'm saying? It's weak. It's trifling. And it's just like, it really separates, the who can you trust? A woman that asks for nothing deserves everything. And it's like, and what's so crazy is men complain about these women, but that's exactly the women that they go for. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she don't got her, she got a nice body, or she got her body done. She got the fake hair. She got all of this, and she like, and she got this whole buy me everything attitude. And y'all go for those women. You know what I'm saying? And then they run your money. They run you, you know what I'm saying? All they want is your money. As soon as you say, okay, I'm cutting you off, or let's like have a regular date, they treating you like trash. So in that form, it's like y'all be mad, but then this is the whole thing you've given out. You feel what I'm saying? Like I saw a thing said, spoil a woman that loves you. Don't spoil a woman to love you. And that's what y'all buying love. And then now women are out here like that, which is trifling. But then, it's just, Go ahead, Tsunami. I gotta go. I gotta stop because I get mad.
I agree. To be honest, like when you dating somebody, like you should never go off of what they have if you really want to build a future. Like, now don't get me wrong, I've dated men with nothing. You know what I'm saying? And do I want to date a man with nothing? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying?
Not.
Have your own. Take care of yourself. Have your own home. You know what I'm saying? Have some type of job, a business, or goals. But to say you got to make six figures is retarded. I mean, I can't say that word no more.
You can't on here. I don't care.
You told me that.
No,
But,
we don't want her to get canceled. Somebody see this and be like, she said, you know.
I've been called it my whole life. I get the work. I get a pass.
Right.
So, but anyway, like you just gotta, the people that actually, you know, want a good relationship, that want to develop something and grow with somebody, they're not gonna look at that. They're not gonna look at none of that shit. And the men that want a good woman don't really care about, you know, you always, men are like attracted to like physical features, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't, a bitch with a BBL and, you know, the most beautiful body, and, you know, I'm not saying that they can't have substance, but you have to get to know them. And a woman with all that isn't going to care. With substance doesn't care about what you have.
Right.
Isn't going to put all that shit down. She's going to have a good attitude because she's dated somebody that's positive, that's going to uplift her, that's going to bring her positive energy back. You know, if you give a woman, I seen this quote the other day, if you give a woman something, she's going to, you know, multiply it in any form. If you give a woman positive, she's going to multiply it. If you give a woman negative, she's going to multiply it. Like, you know, and I had to work on that with myself, because as soon as I used to, you know, get into an argument with my ex, I would be like, you got attitude, I got attitude, and I can do it better than you. You know, I can do it way better than you. But I had to work on that, like, just to be able to, you know, be able to calm my temper and think about it and, you know, everything like that. So, I mean, I just think it's a ridiculous statement to think that you have to have all that and you're not even got it for yourself.
Right. People don't want to work for nothing.
Require that from somebody else.
Yeah.
In all states of everything.
Yeah.
No,
I think it's trifling.
Yeah, I mean, it is. But you see it so many times because, I mean, that's what so many people say, like with the list of the places you can't take a woman on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
it's the way of the world now, because nobody wants to work for nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. They all want to be handed to them. They don't want to work for them. They don't want to earn shit. They don't want to build shit. They want to be given to them. So, but like I said, I just wanted to get y'all thoughts on that. And I already knew, because like I know both of y'all personally, so I already know where y'all was gonna go with that anyway. But I still wanted to, you know, address that this week on the couch. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, when you look at the picture, you be like, oh, she cute, but like the outside don't mean what's on the inside, on that heart, or what that mentality is, or what that attitude is, or what their goals are. Say that again. I don't know who said it, but that's who they put on the picture. So I mean, you know, I mean, she can be the person that didn't say it. They could have just threw her on the picture, but you know, but 9 times out of 10, she could have said it, or it could have been somebody else. But either way, it's a lot of females that look like that do say that. You know what I'm saying? So,
and it's some that don't look like that and really shouldn't even be saying it.
Right, that don't look like that say it. You know what I'm saying?
And they be saying it. It's like, you see me, and it's like, girl, like you got like 2 whole teeth missing. Like, how are you even?
Not 2 whole teeth. But they're the back teeth. They're the back teeth. You can't even tell them.
No, front tooth. It's one chick. She had a front tooth, and she was like on a video, and she was going in. She had 1 tooth missing. She was like, "You see me? You see me?" And it could have been a gap, but it was big. And she was just like, yeah, because I look like this, and he trying to take me to Shake Shack or something. And they ate her up really, really bad. And I don't know if she did it for likes or clicks or whatever, but it was ridiculous.
She accomplished her goal, whatever she getting it in on her. But
and I mean, you know, of course you always want to, you know, big up yourself and make sure you're with somebody, you know, but I don't believe in matching energies. You know, sometimes you can't match an energy, whether it's negative or positive. I mean, you know, an uprising, but if you got or whatever like that, like Tsunami said, most women, some, I can't say most anymore. If you give them a seed, they can build a garden. You know what I'm saying? And if you're taught in that element, but you got to think, you know, us as me as a millennial, when some of us raised our kids and now they are the ones that's out here putting out that BS, you know what I'm saying? And and a lot of millennials, they move in that way. Like, it got to be this, it got to be that, it got to be this. And it's like, shut up, because they're so selfish. They're They don't want to work for nothing. They don't want to do nothing. They want everything given to them. They don't want nobody to say nothing to them in the wrong way. And it's everything is copycat today. Social media got everybody at copycat. And now women hear this. They putting it in songs. They putting it on TV. They putting it in videos. And these women are building off this and have nothing. And you're looking stupid. You sound stupid. And it's like, where's our womanhood going? Where's our queendom going? Where are our real mothers at? And they teaching their kids this. I seen a video where a little girl was saying it. Like, I'm going to have me a man to take care of me. He can't take care. And I'm looking like, and the mother like, you better say that, baby. Are you kidding me?
But we're here to be like a helpmate. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here to help each other.
Yeah.
Man, woman, whatever. We're supposed to be here to help each other grow and be better. So if you just trying to suck away from somebody, you're not gonna get nowhere. For real, like,
yeah, real talk. And then there's no 50-50. There's no such thing. One person is always going to be better at something in a relationship. Maybe he has more money than you and he's a provider on this side, but then you could be a provider of keeping a house clean, keeping the kids together, keeping it this. I've been seeing a lot of dudes say they don't even want to date a woman with kids because, of this, that, and the other thing. And that's crazy. It's a lot that comes with this. That aggravates me. And I'll go into a whole run and it's time to really get ready to go. So go ahead.
No, you're right. Because
don't say something like that. Go ahead.
There's a lot in that box right there to unpack. But yeah, absolutely. Definitely great show. Tsunami, thanks for coming on the couch, sis. We appreciate having you. I gave you flowers last week, motherfucker. But we know you on the episode. So but yeah, check it out. Give out your social medias one more time so people can follow you.
tSunami with the little _T.
All right.
Tsunami with the little T.
And is that all social medias or?
Yes. If you on my Facebook, you got my Megan Phillips, my natural born name.
Okay.
But there is also a Tsunami page as well.
All right, bet. Definitely. Thanks for coming on the couch. Appreciate you joining in. As always, you already know what it is. It is time for the close. We always like to send you away with something special and something nice. The close, something you can ponder on until the next time you see us live on Facebook or YouTube on the Just Therapy, the podcast, or next day on Spotify. Make sure you check us out. Give us a like, give us a listen, subscribe, all that good shit. But your close this week, something you can ponder on. All right, here we go. You're worthy of being chosen, fought for, and loved. Remember that. I'm gonna say that one more time, and then one of y'all can break it down for us. You're worthy of being chosen, fought for, and loved. Remember that. Tsunami, you want to break that down in your own layman's terms?
First and foremost, take care of yourself. Love yourself. If you do that, then you will know your standards. You will know that who cares for you. You will know who thinks about you. Actions speak louder than words. So if somebody thinking about you, they'll show you. And you gotta love yourself first.
Hey,
you are worth it. Know
there
that.
There we go.
Blessings.
Once again, thanks for coming on the couch, Tsunami. Appreciate
you.
Sis, appreciate the food you always cooking and all that good shit. Much love.
Right. I need to get some of this food. He's always talking about the food. I need to get some.
We gonna die.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. BBC, send them out, baby.
If no one has told you today, I love you, I believe in you, and I want you all to win. Have an amazing rest of your night.
There you go. And as always, don't forget, it is Men's Mental Health Month, so make sure you check on your strong man, your weak man, whatever it is. Check on your men in your life. But as always, one thing you can never get back is time. And I want to thank you for spending your time with us on the couch. We will see you next week, God willing. We are out again. Thanks, Tsunami, BBC. Love you, sis.
Bye, Tsunami. Bye. Bye. Love y'all. Bye.
CAH Beats activated.
Welcome to Just Therapy, where we talk about life with a comedy twist. With your hosts, comedian Sean Boyd, Antonio Ferguson, and Miss KT. We talk about a whole bunch of shit from politics to people actually taking shits. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the therapy session. Man, this be dope. Make a motherfucker want to rap. I can't rap, man. Hold on, here we go. I can't rap. I really can't. But come sit down on the couch with us. Man, I can't rap. Come to the couch. Enjoy the show. Let's go.